tough loss this week. I know some of the guys, I think JP Finley reported, like really pissed off walking off the field. What was sort of the vibe there? You guys were right there with it. The last play is kind of stupid. It doesn't matter. But talk about sort of what the frustration was for you guys walking off that field on Sunday.
That was just one. We shouldn't have let it go. We shouldn't have let it go. And that's 6 in a row. And the biggest thing all this week was to just break that streak. And for a lot of guys, we were frustrated because, especially like on offense, we played, I think, our best game that we've had on offense all year. And it just wasn't enough. If there were some plays out there that, we were short on that would have extended drives and, still some missed opportunities where we possibly had a chance to maybe even get two more touchdowns, at least score like 38 points opposed to getting that field goal. And in the 2-minute situation, we weren't able to come up with some points. So, we were just frustrated about that because we were rolling, but, we just fell short and just dropped the ball, and there was a bad play at the end too. Obviously Hail Marys don't, convert all the time, but we felt like we just shouldn't have been, overall, we just felt like we shouldn't have been in that situation.
Yeah, and Chris, that was a really bad play for the Gamblers, too. We're joined by Chris Thompson, presented by Steam Fitters UA Local 602. They built this city. So coming into this game, no Geis. You've got a coach that loves to run the ball. You're probably thinking, man, I might get like 8 to 10 carries this week. But I look in the rushing stats, Adrian carries the ball 16 times. Dwayne Haskins, second leading rusher, he had 4 carries for 26 yards. And some dude that none of us had ever heard of, Josh Ferguson, bursts on the scene and gets 3 carries for 9 yards. No carries for Chris Thompson. What's going on there?
I'm just doing everything that whatever the coaches want me to do is just where I am and what I'm trying to do. Obviously I thought with guys going down, I would get some opportunities, but the game plan and coaches wanted to just go a different direction with that, and I'm just rolling with it as it goes.
Can you give us a background on Josh? Because to a lot of us, I think he had been there for a few weeks, right? Was he a practice squad guy that had been there? Tell us a little what you know about Josh and sort of the type of back he is. How does his skill set differ from yours?
I feel like we're, pretty similar guys. He may be a little bit faster than me, but
no way.
We pretty much, I think so.
Really?
Yeah, and that's, to me at this point now, speed really isn't a big deal. Because we are in the NFL.
You still have that burst though. Every time.
I still do. Yeah. I'm not saying that I'm slow, but I'm just saying he's a fast guy. He, and they wanted to see, or want to see, I guess, what he can do and everything. And, because obviously we still want to win games, but at this point, I think it's also a little bit of evaluation time as well. And, they wanted to put him out there and see what he can do in some of those with some of those gadget runs, and he was able to do pretty good. And I think for him, it had been a long time too since he's been tackled and played, and so I believe he's gonna get better.
Here's the thing, Chris. Let's just be real here, right? We've all just sort of assumed Chris has got a contract thing. It's been a tough year in terms of staying healthy. They got Bryce Love there rehabbing. But if they're going to bring in guys like Smallwood and Ferguson, I'm not asking you to say anything negative about those guys, but you could still play in this league. If you could stay healthy, I see you like as a Darren Sproles type. I mean, there's no doubt about it. You could do this. You're not done by any stretch of the imagination, in my opinion, if you could stay healthy. I still think I could see a scenario where you could be here. Why can't they have next year? You tell me, Chris, does this make sense to you? Adrian Peterson, Darius Geis, Bryce Love, because clearly they want to give him a shot, and Chris Thompson. I love that quartet.
I mean, honestly, I do feel like that could happen.
Yeah.
Just at this point, I really don't know what's gonna happen. And I mean, I'm only 29. I mean, I'm not falling apart. You know, I hurt my toe. I didn't break my leg or anything like that. You know, I hurt my toe, and it just happened to linger on longer than the doctors and I expected. But I'm not done. I'm still the guy that I've been the last 4 years, regardless of what it may look like or, you know, some people may think. I'm still that guy. I can still play, and I have all the confidence in myself. So, you know, I'm just kind of waiting to see what happens and, you know, how everything folds out. And, you know, there's a lot of things that's probably going to change, you know,
Right.
figuring out the coach's situation, all of that. Because I think, you know, when you getting a new coach and, you know, maybe bringing some other new people in or bringing in just new staff, period, they're going to have opinions about stuff as well as far as who they want to keep, who they want to let go and stuff like that. So it's really just a big waiting game at this point.
How big are these last couple of weeks for you in terms of putting things on film, or do you feel like you've already done that? You've got, you know, 6-7 year career, whatever. You've got film from this year, last year, you know, every year. It's 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's for me, it's still big. You know, I'm just trying to go out there, the opportunities that I get, just make the best of it and, you know, just continue to make some plays. And the biggest thing is obviously coming up out of it healthy, and then at that point just kind of let everything fall where it may. And I know, you know, I know who I said as a player, so you know, I feel like there's going to be some need, and teams may have some value out there for me, and who knows, I may end up coming back here.
Right.
So we just gotta. I don't know. This is my first time being in this situation, so it's just kind of hard to.
Is it a lot of anxiety for you?
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Just thinking about it. You know, week to week, it's like, you know, this week could be my last home game playing here, and I've been here for 7 years. So,
Right.
You know, it's those type of things that I think about, because I love being here and with these players, the fans, and everything. So it's tough, but that's the part of the business that sucks.